Hey, what's happening, y'all? It's Tavian. I'm coming at y'all today because I've been saying some things that have been really upsetting me, and I kind of want to address it. So this is directed towards any trans individual or anyone who's in a relationship with the trans individual. So, I see people post regularly throughout my different social media sites the same type of topic. And, it's usually a slightly different scenario, but usually it's generally the same point. They find themselves in these relationships. And now they might be in this relationship before they started transitioning, or this relationship started shortly after they started their transition. Shortly after they came out, they may not have even really physically started transitioning yet. And so they get this person, and this person says, "I love you and I support you. Your pronouns, whatever your pronouns are, all right, I'm down for that." And they're completely supportive and loving until the biggest part of the transition gets there, and that's the physical part. Then a lot of the times, suddenly that's a problem. I've seen this so much since I began my transition, and it's so upsetting to see these individuals come to these, support groups, explaining these situations, not knowing what to do. A lot of times, sometimes they know what to do. They're just like, well, bye. But a lot of times they're just like at a loss, and they don't know what steps they should take or what they should do in this situation. And, it's not fair that they're even in that situation. If you are with somebody and you say that you love them, and that you care for them, and that you support them 100%. And then you turn around and you say, your pronouns are great, but all that, the hormones and the surgery, no, I don't want you to do that. That makes you a liar. That makes you a liar. You cannot say that you love and support this person, but you want them to stay stuck in a shell that they have been stuck in their entire lives for you. Oh, do this for me. Let me tell you something. These people, myself included, have already been living their lives in these shells for the sake of other people their whole lives. From the moment they were born, they were told, you are this, you are that. And they were held to those social expectations around those specific genders that they were assumed to be. And now you are sitting here after this person their whole lives have dealt with that. And finally, they're right here and they're saying, this is me. This is my gender. This is what I want my body to look like. And you're saying, yeah, I love you. Great. I support you 100%. But actually, I don't want you to do that. That's not support. That is the very opposite of support. And if you're thinking you're supporting somebody by doing that, you're fooling yourselves. You are doing nothing but hurting that person. If you don't like the idea of their physical changes happening, you don't like the idea of their surgeries or their hormones, then you need to call it what it is. You need to be adult enough, or you need to be human enough to look that person in the face and say, hey, I do love you and I support you overall. But this transition part, I just can't do. And that's my preference. And I'm sorry, but I don't think we can be together. And that might hurt. It may hurt you, it may hurt them, but in the long run, you telling them that they can't transition because you don't want them to is much more harmful than sitting there and being honest about it. We all have our preferences. And if you find yourself in a relationship with somebody and then they decide to transition, and that's not something you like, then you have to be a bigger person there and say, hey, this is where I'm at. And they have to respect that, and they may be upset and they may be hurt, but the fact of the matter is, at least you're not trying to stifle who they are. And you, as an individual who are trans, who are faced with this, you need to realize that you deserve better. And if that person cannot love and respect you for who you are and everything that you choose to do with your body, then you don't need that person. Okay? You hear me? I mean, I've heard people have partners that say, why can't you just wear a binder? Why can't you just wear a binder? And can't you just keep your boobs for me? No. No, 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 no. How about you put a binder on every day, all day, and have your ribs be unable to expand? to have your back in unimaginable pain all day, to have your breathing limited, and then you tell me, do you want to walk around in a binder all day for the sake of somebody else's physical needs? No, I'm sorry, I think not. That's unfair to ask of a person. That is torture. For what? So that you can be selfish and have the body that you want to touch? I'm sorry, that's not okay. That is not love, that is not support, and you need to figure it out. And y'all need to stop letting that happen to you. You deserve better. You will find somebody out there that will love and support you in all your decisions you choose to do with your body. And if that person's not the one, then you need to cut them loose. I'm sorry, that is what it is. You have dedicated your life to everybody else for so long. It is time for you to live your life for you. There's another area that I want to touch on. Same area, same thing, pretty much, but a little bit more specific, because I just feel the need to touch on this because it drives me nuts and I don't quite understand it. When there's a couple and both are trans, one may be M to F, the other one is F to M, or whatever the case may be. And one gets through their transition, is supported all the way through their transition, or gets to a period of their transition and they're comfortable and whatever. And now it's time for them to support their other partner through their transition. And suddenly it's, you know what? No, I don't want you to do that. No, I don't want that transition. I can't support you going through that. What? They just supported you through all of yours. They have supported you from day one, or whatever the case may be, but now it's your turn to support them and you're not going to? You want to tell them to not do it? I think not. How about the same fucking thing? You look at them and you say, hey, I've gotten this far in my transition. My needs and desires has shifted a little bit. I thought that I would be, all down for, supporting you through your transition and being with you through it. But it's just not what I want in a partner. That physically is not what I want in a partner. And I really do support you, and I'm going to continue to support you, but we just can't be together. That's how you handle that. You cannot be a trans individual with another trans individual and then tell them that they can't transition because you don't want it. You have gone through this. You have gone through people telling you that what you should do with your body. You have gone through people telling you that your transition is wrong and that you should stay that way for them. And now you want to turn to your partner and tell them that they can't transition because you don't want their body to look like that? You are a hypocrite. A hypocrite. If that's the choice you decide to make. If that is the route you take with that, you're a hypocrite. Simple as that. And it's not fair. And y'all don't deserve it. We don't deserve that. We deserve somebody who's going to love us, who's going to support us, who's going to be there every step of the way and not challenge our choices with our bodies. I'm sorry I'm a little heated with this. It just really is upsetting that people go through this. And I think it's time that we realize that we deserve better. You deserve better. So please, if you are in a relationship with a trans individual and you don't like the route that it's going, you realize, you know what? This transition, this physical change that you're planning on having is not what I want, then you need to speak up and you need to say it. You don't try to hold them down. You don't try to tell them not to transition. You don't do that. It's not fair. It's not fair at all. And if you're a trans individual with another trans individual and you realize that, your sexuality has shifted, what you like in your partner has shifted, you need to speak up and you need to say that. But you do not look them in the face and tell them you can't transition because that's not what I want. It's not about you. Their body is not yours. And you need to realize that. And you need to grow up. And you need to be respectful. I'm so tired of seeing all these people in so much pain because their significant others one time says they support them and then the next not so much. It's rude. It's not okay. It's hypocritical. And I'm sick of it. So y'all respect yourselves and respect your partners. And if you can't respect their journey, then you need to separate yourselves from their lives because they deserve better than you. Y'all take care and take care of yourselves.